about the obedient, so to say, if it did not have to drag the Yoruba into it. And as usual, I don't know if you have noticed, you see some of these older people in Nigeria, their level of tribalism, ethnicism, as well as the religious division that they promote. Then on the other hand, then they now demand for respect, to respect them. I don't know if any of you have really noticed. These are dangerous people. And there are many. Some people have tried to overcome their own bigotry and the rest of. But also, have you also noticed that majority of those, especially those ones who are like non-Igbos, or even those who are Igbos too, who sort of went against APC, Egbekegbe, as well as Tifnumbu, then they turn around a few months after. So in their way of trying to go and now show support to Tifnumbu, so they will have to like condemn the obedient, the Obi and all that, but they won't condemn Obi and obedient. They just take it straight down to the Igbos. For example, you will see some of, I mean, I don't know if you have noticed though, maybe I should re-explain, right? Those who at the time were not supporting Tifnumbu and somehow made you believe that they were against the establishment and they were looking to, here you get now. So after the whole show, the charade, so instead of them to just go back and say, I'm now supporting him since he's the one there now. Here you get, you know, of course, people are going to come for you. You are shameless, you this, you are a betrayer, blah, 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 blah. But I mean, just go ahead and tackle them. Yeah, you can call me all the names you want to call me. When I was with you, you did not call me names. Yeah. Like that, without involving the Igbos. Peter Obi is not Igbo presidential candidate. The Igbos didn't come to present Peter Obi as, hey, Nigeria, this is our candidate. If you don't vote for him, that means you don't love us. There was nothing like that. The people that promoted Peter Obi, they were Yorubas. Before, partly, the Middle Beltans and then other part of northern Nigeria joined. There are Igbos that kind of believe that Peter Obi is dragging them into Nigeria political war that is going to backfire later. And they were right. But what I'm trying to bring up here is this. Peter Obi never kind of presented himself as an Igbo, this Igbo, that, and you all know that. But you see these guys, they are now I mean, the fact that you want to go to Tifnumbu, which is what some of them, or why some of them were even with Obi himself, a possible opportunity to gain access to power, and then have their own hands filled up with the public money. So if Obi is not going to take them closer to power, then they have to decamp and go to the ones in power. Is that not the tradition? They just go. So why do you have to now turn it around and turn it into Yoruba Igbo something? Oh, it's because I'm a Yoruba man. All the people that are abusing me because I said good thing about Tinubu, they are Igbos. Why are the Igbos attacking me? So that the Yorubas can now come and say, Uncle Doyin, Shebi, we told you that the Igbos, this Peter Obi thing is Igbo, this Igbo, that. You see, the bigot and bigot, older bigot and younger bigot, exchanging things. That was what he expected. Wole Soyinka said because the obedient, they were abusing him. He automatically turned it to Igbos abusing him. You have the Yorubas, you have the Northerners, you have the Middle Belters, you have the Hausas, you have all the tribes who call themselves obedient, and they are not hiding it. So if they abuse you, if they attack anyone, if they say anything about, How dare you think you have to bring? And that's exactly what Doyin Okupe was doing. Now and it was like, he also said something like, as if to say he was doing the Igbos a favor. Doyin Okupe went on Twitter and he said, I went out of my way against all odds to support the Igbo presidency. And I did my everything against my people. That's exactly how I felt reading that. And he said 80%, he said more than 80% of those that have been attacking him online, they are from a particular tribe. Then he went on, he said, I supported the Igbo presidency for equity. Now that Tinubu has won, I don't know why this hatred against, it was like against the Yorubas. Say Igbos hated Yorubas because Tinubu is president. Hey, everybody, see you, they are abusing me now because I'm supporting Tinubu. Who are those abusing you? Oh, they are the Igbos, they are the Igbos because of Obio. Like, what is wrong with you, older people? What is wrong with you? Eh? There are so many of you who have the same mindset. Oh, you are not like Okupe. Like, you are not Doyin Okupe. You are useless at your lives. But you see this bigotry. You see this tribal thing. It is so deep in your skins that some of you are carrying this about in your Angolo AD. And because you are older, you can drag this younger generation into your hateful existence. And they are so desperate to make that happen. Every one of them. Confessor Soyinka said that obedient were abusing him. He automatically said they were Igbos. Every now and then, like, they were pushing so hard to make you obedient, Igbo this, Igbo that. And I'm so happy that there are so many people who are smarter, and they were calling him out already. What is wrong with you? What's your problem, man? Whatever goes on between you, the obedient, the Obi, and this, why do you have to kind of make it Igbo, Yoruba thing? You decrease in it. Why don't you just go to your Tifnumbu peacefully without having to call it Igbo, Yoruba thing? Just go there. You already, I mean, you already, this guy is an ex-convict too. He's convicted of money laundering, Doyin Okupe. And fair enough, even though they are pushing the agenda that he was sent to go and mislead Obi and obedience, and blah, 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 you didn't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. There are so many of them who wanted to ride on that wave. Initially, it wasn't meant to be serious. It was like, I will pretend I am there so that they can call me back. Or they can call me and invite me. But they didn't call Doyin Okupe. They just brought out his case and told him that, he's going to jail. And immediately what happened? He got sacked from the obedience. I don't know if he's bitter or he's sad that what was meant to be a joke became so serious. Do you get what I mean? For somebody like him, even though he was calling the name of God on different altars in different churches then and different gatherings, doing praise and singing, praise and worship, saying God called him, God is the one of the project, all of that could be actually fake for him or to him. Then it became real when people saw an opportunity to take their pound of flesh back from their ruiners. It was a good shot. We know. See, some of us knew then that it was going to be rigged, Abby. And we are not here to tell you, I told you so. No. I am not having this conversation with you because you are obedient or you are not obedient. I am having this conversation with you to show to you the evil-mindedness of those who led Nigeria, in charge of Nigeria, those who embedded this divisive rhetorics, all this religious division, all this tribal ethnic division, those who you call leaders, they were the people who actually ingrained them, institutionalized them. And right now, they can't even hide it. Although there are some gullible idiots who actually listen to them. Somehow, they suit their bias. I hate the Igbos. I hate the Yorubas. I hate the Fulanis. I hate the Hausas. I hate this. I hate that. But when they ask and say, why do you hate them? From personal experience, it would just be about what these rogues like this guy, this Ajipol government in power or any government in power, jobless miscreants who have now grown older. That blood of tribalism, ethnic jingoism, bigotry that runs so deep in the veins of millions of Nigerians. It's not just Yoruba, so it's always vice versa. It's everywhere. I am speaking out right now because the activities of guys like this have sort of gave birth to an everlasting hatred that is now beyond just what people say. Like they are now turning them into government policies, targeting people because of where they come from. And all of this does not benefit any of the tribes whose criminal politicians are carrying out these divisive activities. They softly drop all these tribal, ethnic, divisive statements intentionally. They push them because they will always appeal to the bias of those who are already initiates. Those who have always have been looking for something to justify why they hated themselves. The Igbos who are looking for why they hated the Yorubas. People like Doyin Okupe who give them what they want. The Yorubas that are looking for reasons to hate the Igbos. Now, Doyin Okupe will give them the reason why to hate them. Do you understand how the divisive things work now? And at the end of the day, they all go back, these criminals go back together to click glasses and celebrate their victories over you. That's the way I see it. And if you're a young person who kind of still fall for any of this or listen to this old Olori Bruku elders, you will grow up to become them too. No mistaken. If you listen to people like Confessor Soyinka, Okupe, and few of them like that, who will leave substance and they will be chasing nonsense in order to keep the division very much permanent. I saw Shewore calling Obi Gbajue. Man, something is still inside me. It's still kind of holding back to kind of, and I'm actually doing that to also hold a lot of my friends back here. You see, the rhetorics that are not really back with any evidence, but coming from a place of hatred, a place of animosity, a place of jealousy, a place of God knows what else. And some of these things are being repeated and repeated, okay? And since they appeal to the bias of so many of these gullible idiots that listen to them, then they become things that so many people are now passionate about and say, the reason why I will never like all this Igbo is because, the reason why I will never like these Yorubas is because, and the likes of Showore and Co, they are giving them that. So there's something still inside me holding me to say, I am still not reading Showore right. That something is so wrong somewhere. And I am going to find out. So that I can help younger people that look up to the people like Showore, not to have this, what do you call this tribal, ethnic-laced rhetorics that will be presented as if to say they are logical, but they are not. They cause more damages in the heart and minds of the people who are victims of a ruined system already. So when they do this, sometimes they are shared on ignorantly. But I'm beginning to kind of see a pattern. I'm beginning to see a pattern. Okay? And the pattern of just believe it because I said it. And then because you wanted to hate the Yorubas, you wanted to hate the Igbos, you wanted to hate yourselves. So the likes of Showore, the likes of Okupe and all these guys, they will continue to blow the dog whistle. I told you, Obi is a graduate. Oh, Obi is a graduate. And I need it. Showore self don't confirm am. Showore say na graduate. Soyinka said na graduate. And they say, okay, kilo gba lọ́wọ́ yín o gongongongon. What exactly to gba lọ́wọ́ yín? Like, you can say, or, okay, graduate is coming to come and gba yín. And that makes him graduate, right? Wow. Wow. But there are other sinister means or motives behind all these rhetorics. Pay attention, guys. Pay attention. I was talking about the Anioma. I never knew there are people from Edo State, Benin especially, who are descendants of those whose hatred for the Igbos is not because they did them anything. It was because their descendants were humiliated. That's what they call it. Their supposed elders and whatever then, they were humiliated by the Biafran soldiers. And therefore, Igbos are to be hated for the rest of their lives. You won't believe that. But you will see a Benin man will come here to come and try and explain the history of how Igbos want to, but you won't know. Because there are some elders who have told them when they were younger too, Igbos love to dominate people. Yorubas love to deceive people. Yorubas are this or that. The Igbos are this or that. Then the war happened. And that hatred became permanent. So they will come here, sound like they are logical. See, my brother, let me tell you this. Let me tell you something. The Igbos, they need to check themselves. That is coming from a Benin man. But you will think he is being logical. He is just trying to. No, he is not. He is coming from that background of bias, which many people have been ingrained with. They didn't see it as anything wrong. It's all they know. Yeah, it is all they know. They will be telling the story from the position of superiority. Let me tell you something. You don't know these people. Oh, you do know them. Oh, you don't know these Yoruba people. These Yoruba people. If you know these Yoruba people, that's an Igbo man talking about Yoruba people. Yoruba people, all of the Yorubas. Then you see a Yoruba man. Hey, I'm telling you, you don't know these Igbo people. Now, so the Igbo people they do. Now, so that they do, my brother. I pity you. You think say they like you. Igbo people can never like Yorubas. See, Igbo people can never like Yorubas. They did not like our leaders. And then that is from the position of that morality. Everyone has it. All of you. I'm using Yoruba and Igbo now. If you are not Yoruba, if you are not Igbo, you are not spared. You all have your biases. We all can't wait to kill ourselves. Any given opportunity. Riot don't happen. Now don't depend your houses. Now don't target yourself. Shooting and killing yourself, maiming yourselves. We can't wait. Hey, Hausa versus Yoruba. Hey, Yoruba versus Fulani. Igbo versus Fulani. This or that. You can't wait to kill yourselves. You all have your biases. But guess those who implanted those biases in you. They say that subconsciously. And then you see educated people that are so tribalistic. And it is not plausible. You see, if you are tribal, that means you love your tribe. Abi? If you are an ethnic jingoist, the good thing is it means you love your ethnic nationality. Then the politicians who wanted us to keep divided this way, do you think they love us? If you are a Yoruba, the Yoruba is in charge of the Yoruba land right now. Do you think they love Yoruba land? Do you think they love you? Are you seeing them show that they actually love Yoruba land? All of you who are Igbos watching me right now, the Igbos in charge of Igbo land right now, can you say it to my face and say, oh, they have shown that they love Igbo land and Igbo people so much? Can you? Anyone? Or is it the Fulani Hausa? The Kanuri? All of them will come from everywhere. Those who are controlling your area, do you think they are showing how much they love your area and you are so safe, the economy is fine, good roads, 24 hours electricity, access to healthcare, your children are safe in schools because the schools are so standard and all of that. Can you say that? The people that want you to believe that they are fighting for Yoruba, they are fighting for Hausa, they are fighting for Igbo, they are fighting for this or that, and they are politicians holding political offices. Do you agree that they love their people? At least they came from somewhere. They all come from somewhere. Go back to where they all come from and check how much they love their people. They don't love the tribe. Tribalists, or these political tribalists, or these political ethnic jingoists, religious fanatics. They don't have religion. They don't love any tribe. It's just their meal ticket. You are the foolish one that think, because of what this nuisance told you, you have every right to stand up against any Yoruba that try any nonsense with us. Yoruba is not going to try any nonsense with you. Because like everyone else, the problem that these guys have already created in our lives is enough battle for every one of us, for me to be ready, for me to be thinking about how to fight an Igbo man. If the Fulanis didn't bring their guns and start kidnapping and killing our people, I wouldn't give a damn about any Fulani either. Well, think about that. So that is why all of you older people, purge yourself of whatever it is Nigeria did to you, whatever wound. Majority of you are damaged people. Yes, majority of these older people, they are damaged people. When I say damaged, these are people whose morality and a lot of things have damaged inside them. Something or many things have damaged inside them. When you see their postures today, people who told us not to do crime, not to do drug, to protect our family name, be good in our education, excel in our in our duties, and become responsible person. And now those who are telling us that we have no respect for drug dealer. And these elderly people are now, because they are defending a drug dealer, they are defending kleptomaniacs, they are defending, even if you take all of that away, they are defending a failed group of political criminals. And because of that, they are creating tribal, ethnic division just to keep that in place. What kind of horrible people do that? So many of us who are younger too, a lot of you are being destroyed already. They've destroyed your education. They've destroyed your diet. They've destroyed your healthcare. They've destroyed your mentality. And you are going to grow old. They are damaging you. You are going to turn 60, 70. You'll be sounding like a damaged old people that we have today. Those ones who believe that you must suffer. You must suffer so that you can appreciate whatever peanuts you get. Because they suffered. They went through hell. You can have it easy. Or they told us that they were working for the future. For the future generation unborn. They don't born us now. They born us into the wahala. But they don't want us to talk about it. Watch your mouth. Don't you have elders at home? If you guys are the elders people have at home, then they don't have, a lot of you have no leaders or elders at home. These are useless, damaged people that grows old. And unfortunately, they are also asking for respect. Your generation is so useless. You destroy the country. You destroy the country so you cannot even help yourselves anymore. Then you are demanding respect from the victims of the country you were supposed to build before we came. We came, everything is gone. And you are telling us to get used to it. Because it's not meant for us to actually suffer and die needlessly. We must show you respect. Don't you have respect, Nick? Don't you have respect for elders? How can we respect you when you have no respect for yourselves? When you were younger, it was this Nigeria you envisioned. The one you envisaged. Was this the Nigeria you envisaged? The one that a lot of you are dying in poverty. Was that the Nigeria you envisaged? So you want us to grow old too and be like you, miserable, frustrated, helpless, vulnerable. Is that what you want from us? Well, it will have to be our own decision. For now, people are so docile, confused, but they will get it together. They will, because they have to. We will get it together, and we will get rid of your mess, including you. I've told you many times on this platform, don't let anybody gaslight you. Because they are older, they are elder, you can't talk to them or you can't question them, but they want respect, but they don't want to be responsible. Even some of us who are younger, we understand responsibility. And if you fail in your responsibility, there will be consequences. You don't fail in your responsibility and turn around and say, I demand respect. So we must tell every younger person out there, the likes of Confessor Shoyinka, the likes of Showore, the likes of all these people, they are flying a flag that is so dangerous. It's so dangerous, and it must be called out. So unfortunate. Tackle your